The next class is Chef. I mean, if you need any explanation of what he does or has, then you are stupid. The next class is the Medic. Obviously, it's a very simple class. He starts off with some decent armor, not much, just enough to protect him. And instead of giving him like healing potions or food, he just has throwable healing potions. And you gotta limit how many he has, otherwise he can just go and spawn, respawn, and keep giving people his potions, because that's the one thing you want to do, is you want to reward people based off of doing their jobs. So let's just say he helped heal an ally. For some reason we get a plugin that can actually say, oh, they recognize he actually healed teammate A for 100 points of health. We give him $50 worth of money, stuff like that. Keep people really focused on doing their jobs instead of going and just doing asshole techniques to win the match. The next up is the Armorer. It's the same thing as always. He gets instead of giving him diamonds, because nobody starts off with diamonds, he gets iron blocks and furnaces and coal. So he has to actually smelt the materials together and hand them to the runner and give them to the runner to push out. And then also he's really based around the miner, because the miner needs to be doing his job, and if he gets some diamonds he can make diamond armor, hand it to the enchanter who can enchant it, and it's basically like a workforce, people working together to get one goal done, And the next class is the Miner. Man, this is it's the most obvious class there is, but it's almost the most essential class that people are not going to want to play, and yet it has the most impact on the game. There is a plugin, I talked about this in the first part, called Mine Permit, and if you don't know what it is, I suggest you go watch the first part to understand about it. And basically it's the same thing I said before, is that he's going to have pathways that are used to go and get people to get diamonds at a faster pace. Basically he's going to be the pathfinder. He's going to know where the quickest way to get diamonds are, and the diamonds are going to respawn, so that way he always knows where to go to and how long it's going to take for them to respawn. It's, like I said, the simplest class, and yet it's the most essential. And I know for a fact that even though it's so dependent on and people are going to earn a lot of money from being a miner, there's going to be so many people not doing it. So yeah, that's the Miner class. Now here are the last three classes, and the most interesting that people will always go, ooh, I want to be that class. The next up is the Demolition. The Demo Man basically is just as every Demo Man has ever been in anything, is the guy who has TNT. He has some redstone items, and he can go and he can make TNT cannons. Instead of just making him focused on TNTing and blowing up things, his main aspect is going to be to try to make TNT cannons and attack the enemy base. And if you're watching right now, this is the Squad Bot plugin I was watching in the first video. If you don't know what that is, you should go watch it. Anyway, and the Demo Man's a very good class to use, but the problem is that he's going to have almost no armor, no gear, no nothing, because his main focus is to blow things up. So, you're going to have so many people abusing that, but it's still a fun class, and it's not to say that we don't need Demo Mans. But, you're going to have so many people who are actually not doing what they're supposed to be doing, just going, I have an explosive, boom, boom. And the next class, this is the really cool class. I may make this a donator-only class, because I am very sorry, people. The next class is the Runner class. And this is the class that I think people are really gonna maybe have to purchase to get, because it's such an amazing idea that, I mean, to give it away for nothing, there's gonna be so many runners that I know for a fact that everyone would rather be a freaking runner than they would a general, because of how cool the class is. Basically, the runner is exactly as it sounds. He gets just some diamond boots, or iron boots, I'm sorry, that give him feather falling and some other little mini perks, and he gets now this is where the cool stuff is. He gets potions of swiftness so he can run really fast. Derp. He gets a pickaxe so he can mine his pathway. Now here's the coolest thing, that he'll periodically get redstone torches. Redstone torches are the coolest idea that I think I've ever come up with. And basically, when he places a redstone torch, there's an announcement that appears on the screen to your team, not to the enemies obviously, that says runner number 1 has placed a torch. You may now use warp/1 to teleport to his warp. And now basically by doing that, and let's just say each team has 3 runners for some reason, we have to limit the number of runners. they've now created a web of teleports so that you can have people who are constantly able to teleport and fight against each other, and almost create this whole like web that, like I just said, and kind of get people who are like maybe your base is getting overrun. It gives them an escape path that they can run away before they die or lose their general. So it's really involved. It gets people to, you know, really want to get focused on purchasing the donor class, which is the runner. And then the last class is the general. Now here's the problem. As much as I was hyping the general in the very beginning of this video, I don't really honestly have too much of a purpose for the general just yet. Like, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is that the general is going to be the guy who relays all the commands, what's going on, he tells everything. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is there's a plugin that you can use that limits the chat size. So let's just say, based off the video right now, I say a message over to that nether portal over there in the corner. Nobody can hear me because I'm that far away. But if I'm the general, I can be 10 times the distance away and say something and everybody will hear it. Whereas somebody like a chef definitely won't hear that. And runners will also have an altered hearing spot too, because they're runners. They need to be fairly important in what they're doing. And damn it, somebody broke my underground river area. But yeah, that's the whole point of the general right now. But to be honest, I really don't know what I would do with him right now that would get the general to be the character that people really want to spend a lot of money to become for the round. So that's a plugin for now. I know I'm running really long on this, but like I said, these two plugins are the coolest ideas I think I've ever come up with in Minecraft ever. And I've had these ideas for a couple months, and I've been trying to find developers. I have a developer working on the Nighttime City plugin, but I do not have a developer working on the 24/7 War plugin, so you never know. People might do it, people might not take it. I don't know what the dealio is, but you know, you'll see the Nighttime City Assault probably sooner than you will the War plugin, and I hope to see people on the server when it gets installed, because it's a really cool idea, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm running long on this one, but you know, that's why I broke it up into parts. And I hope you guys are really enjoying like the fact that I'm trying to push triggers now into a whole new aspect. And oh, the other thing I was saying before I got confused was I'm gonna start podcasting too again, but not until the server actually gets up. The whole point is that you want people on the forums, you want people to do stuff that's like, you know, being involved in the server. So I'm figuring one of the best things I ever loved doing that I can try to do again is to do podcasting for the servers. So let's just, you know, every month we're going to be running a tournament that has a chance to win a new arena for the Nighttime City Assault plugin. So, you know, you can every month try to make a new map and submit it, and you'll win an actual cash prize, you know. And that's really what the podcasting thing is like. You know, we'll go into detail about who won, why did they win, stuff like that. And it's just really interesting stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm running long again, but you know, stay tuned. A lot of stuff going on for triggers. I'm pushing the channel again. I'm trying to do things that I used to say I do, but I'm trying to do it, guys. And I really do hope that these Minecraft servers are successful. And I hope to see you guys there. I love you all.